It's Sunday, May 11th, 2025, coming to you from a very, very hot Palm Desert, California. Very hot, about 108 right now as I make the video. But I had to make this video. We got some very, very good news today. U.S. China agree substantial progress on trade deal after very constructive 2 days of negotiations. This just released by the Hedge a couple hours ago. Very, very good news. We'll get more of the details tomorrow, but right now, U.S. China come to an agreement with this trade war. Substantial progress has been made. Both sides reached important consensus. Markets, I think, are going to go absolutely ballistic tomorrow. This is the news they've been waiting for. I would expect a very, very big day on the stock market tomorrow. Scott Bessent came out, said he will give us details tomorrow on the trade agreement. It is amazing how quickly this deal got done, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions here. We don't know what the details are. You cannot trust China, so we'll see what we get tomorrow as far as the details. What do you think about this? Is this going to be a really good deal for America, or is it going to be a nothing burger? Are we going to see something really of substance, something substantial here with the trade deal? I hope so. I hope it's real. I hope it's not a bunch of hot air. I hope it's not a nothing burger. I hope it's real. But I find it kind of interesting that this deal got done so quickly. So again, we'll see what the details are tomorrow. I'm going to take this as some good news. I know the markets will take this as good news. They are looking for anything of good news. Just a couple good words. Well, they're going to get more than just a couple good words. The markets have got a lot of good words here, so I'm sure the futures market will be going nuts tonight. Markets will go crazy tomorrow, but that does not mean that we don't have big, big trouble. Chaos at America's busiest airport. All flights are grounded due to equipment failure. Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport this morning, 10:40 a.m. Eastern. Departures to Hartsfield-Jackson are grounded due to equipment outage. At least 410 flights canceled. We know that we are seeing more and more problems at our airports with our infrastructure. Newark has been hit with massive delays. New York just saw their radars go black. It's absolute insanity with the amount of money we have spent giving to other countries, and we have not been spending the money right here. When you look at some of the technology at our major airports, it's from the 1980s, 1990s. This is absolutely unacceptable, especially when you have human lives on the line. But what caused this? What caused this issue now? Texas faces major housing correction as prices drop across the state. I got to ask all of you this. Is this a bellwether for the rest of the country? What we're seeing in Texas, what we're seeing in Florida. Texas just reached 123,000 listings in April, 53% higher than normal, and prices are dropping across the state. Are you seeing that where you live? I can tell you right here in the desert, the market is completely seized up. There just are not that many sales. You know, what I find interesting too is people will write me, you know, as you know, I made an offer last month on a house. Many of you may not know that. Some of you do. It was rejected, and I thought it was a really, really good offer. But yet there would be, you know, bots and trolls coming out telling me that I was trying to steal the house. And, you know, these people don't understand business. This is not, I'm not an emotional person with buying something. It's business. I want the best possible deal. And as I'm watching this market collapse, people are telling me I should be paying full price. It's okay if you want to pay full price. You can pay whatever you want. I'm not going to pay full price for anything, especially in this environment. I'm not an emotional person. I know a lot of people are. They are more than willing to pay full price for a car. In fact, they're willing to pay even more than full price for a car, more than full price for a house, because we watch them do it. And now these same people are the ones that are going to be losing their homes. They found out that they have to pay taxes, upkeep, insurance, HOAs, and then they didn't get a home inspection, and they paid more than the house was even listed for, and now are finding out they paid way much more than the house was even worth. So you can pay for whatever you want for whatever you want. For me, I'm going to pay what I think it's worth. And as I see the markets really beginning to come down, why would anybody pay listing price? Why would anybody pay close to listing price? You are watching the United States on the verge of another major housing crash. South Florida homes for sale quadruple as residents leave en masse. Growing inventory and weakening demand. Why would you pay full price? Why would you pay listing price for anything when inventory is growing and demand is weakening? 52,000 active listings across South Florida's Tri-County area in April. Again, job losses, HOA costs, insurance costs, taxes, upkeep, inflation. All of this is playing a huge role in what's happening in the housing market. Mortgage rates. We went to the grocery store today. 3 ears of corn for $2. 3 ears of corn for $2. Eggs are still very expensive. They've come down a bit, but very, very expensive. Food across the board, expensive. So inflation, from what I can tell, maybe it's different where you live, but from what I'm seeing out here, it is nowhere near going away. Panic as U.S. vacation rental boom collapses and owners rush to sell at steep discounts. Vacation homes are being dumped at a rapid rate. This article in the Daily Mail. This is on fear of a housing market crash and a shrinking pool of renters, and I would say a shrinking pool of buyers. The number of people buying second homes has plunged to the lowest record since records began. A toxic mix of sky-high mortgage rates, soaring maintenance costs, and a widespread return to office push is fueling the trend. Also, don't forget the layoffs. We'll talk a little bit more about layoffs in a minute, but layoffs are a major concern. A lot of people don't want to pull the trigger and buy a house because they don't know if they themselves or their spouse is going to have a job tomorrow. In 2024, just 86.6 thousand mortgages were issued for second homes across the U.S. In 2021, that number was 258.2 thousand. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those days are over. Sellers better wake up and realize what's going on in this market. You're fighting a losing battle if you think you're going to get a 2021, 2022 offer. You're fighting a losing battle. It's over. Those days are over. Do not pay full price, ladies and gentlemen. This is my advice to all of you today. If you don't have to buy a house, sit it out and wait unless you get a very, very good deal. If I'm buying something, I'm going back to 2019, 2020, prices right around there, before the health crisis took place, when we saw this ridiculous amount of money injected into the economy, mortgage rates below 3%, all this nonsense, all this juicing, that is over. You look at these graphs and you'll look like 2021, 2022, where it just hockey sticks straight up like that. Those days are over. You're absolutely being foolish if you pay full price for a home, or you're paying 21, 22 prices. So be careful. Here's another one today, which we all have got to be paying attention to. These layoffs, they're going to affect the economy. New York Presbyterian to lay off 1,000 employees amid economic headwinds. Good time to buy a house? Only if you have a job and you get the house at the right price. University of New Mexico Hospital, Penn Medicine, Yale New Haven Health, Mass General Brigham, Jefferson Health in Lehigh Valley, Health Network, all laying people off. This is a very, very serious environment right now. People don't know if they're going to have a job tomorrow. We aren't even hearing half of the job losses in this country. You're not hearing the small, medium businesses. You're not hearing about these hospitals. DHL closing Southern California package facility, laying off hundreds, 346 layoffs. This happening right about 45 minutes from here, Ontario, California. DHL closing their Southern California package facility. Yet we're still being told everything's wonderful. New Haven biotech firm to cut 40% of workforce in latest round of layoffs, pivots on drug program. More layoffs. Panasonic cutting 10,000 jobs from its workforce. Carle Health in Champaign, Illinois, to lay off starting in July. Group M, U.S. staff told up to 45% will be impacted by restructure. I believe this is a media agency. So it is not looking good. So if you're thinking about making a big ticket purchase, make sure that you know your job's secure. Make sure you have job security. And to everybody else, make sure you have a reserve in case you or a spouse loses a job. The reality of it is right now, no matter what the television is telling you, the economy is in the toilet. Companies are going to cut back. They're going to trim the fat. And how are they going to do that? They're going to cut jobs. They're going to cut your jobs. I'm looking at another article today talking about AI and robotics coming in at pharmacies and going to be filling prescriptions. So think about how many people in the next 5 years that have a nice, cushy job at a pharmacy in 5 years probably won't have that job because a robot is going to take your job. People got to be looking ahead to adding skills, new skills. You got to be prepared. This thing is moving fast, and tomorrow the markets are more than likely going to go through the roof. We're going to hear about how great everything is. And look, I want to be very, very clear here. This is good news. Doing something about the trade deficit, to me, is a step in the right direction. It is good news. But this doesn't mean that it's over. This doesn't erase the massive amount of debt in this country. It doesn't erase the massive layoffs in this country. It doesn't erase 99.9% of the problems that we have in this country socially and economically. So make sure that you're paying close attention and you're preparing for anything to change day to day. Anything can happen now. Now, this last article, I thought was more good news. And it's nice that we have a little bit of good news to talk about. Again, the trade war, at least, no matter what the details are tomorrow, at least maybe it's a step in the right direction. Trump to build National Center for Homeless Veterans with funds previously spent on housing for illegal migrants. Now, I want to ask all of you this as I end this video today on this very, very hot day. Is this a good idea? Do you think that this is a good thing that this president did by building a national center for homeless veterans instead of giving it to people from all over the world who come here and mooch off the system? Do you think maybe we owe it to the veterans, the homeless veterans? Are you against this? And if you are against this, why are you against this? Now, I personally, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I'm looking for the most efficient government. I'm looking for the government that's going to protect this country economically, going to protect us physically. That's what I'm looking for. I don't care what side the president is on. As long as whoever that president is, their loyalty is to the United States of America, to making this economy better, to making every person in this country safer and giving everybody opportunity. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it as politics. I'm not an emotional person. I'm not loyal to any party. I'm loyal to the United States of America. I'm not loyal to any president, any human being. I'm loyal to the United States of America. And no matter what party you're in, if you are not loyal to this country, I'm not loyal to you. But is this a good idea? Did this president do something good? Or do you disagree with this and say, no, the illegals should be getting housed instead of the veterans? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know where you stand with this. Please comment down below. Please make sure to like this video, share this video everywhere. Share it all over your social media. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Have a great day. Be safe out there. Stay cool. God bless. We'll talk more about all this tomorrow when we get the details on the trade negotiations and what type of agreement we got. Will it be something substantial? Will it be real? Or is it a nothing burger? Who knows? Markets right now are going to love it. They will love it tomorrow. We will get the details tomorrow. Talk soon.